form of intelligence on earth and you let me not enter the speaker out for those that are saying, what of divine intelligence? You understand? Human intelligence will definitely surpass artificial intelligence. We are the one that gave this being the intelligence. Do you understand? So we are the one that control it. So anything that goes wrong, we definitely know how to overcome it. Do you understand? So you shouldn't be fascinated or how do I put it, be so amazed or over amazed about the intelligence of an inanimate being or AI. Do you understand? Because you as a human being, you are far more intelligent than these. Now, the reason why we adopt artificial intelligence is so as to reduce workload. Do you understand me? So as to reduce the workload. So many persons, so many misconceptions, form of such misconception as artificial intelligence will make me dull or will make my child dull. Let me give you a clear example. When the use of motorcycle came in, when and aeroplane and the rest of them came in. Now, you don't tell me that because I've been using vehicle to be going around, it will not make me dull to walk. You need say such a thing like that. Rather, it will fasten or hasten whatever thing that you're doing. Artificial intelligence will even make you that is intelligent more intelligent. Now, if your dog device at once and getting the perfect result, do you understand? This is the wonder or the good work of artificial intelligence. Now, before as I continue, I hope we've gotten our pen and everything, our writing materials ready, right? I believe I will start now. This was the form of introduction. So, let's look at the screen. Uh, what if your skill just got 10 times faster today? It's a question. What if the thing that you do just got 10 times faster today? And you ask him, how? How is it possible? Now, on the screen here, you said, what if you could build, design, write, code, edit, or plan better work in minutes instead of hours using one simple AI instruction called what? Called what? Now, every field have its own jargon, its own terminology. So in AI and prompt engineering, there is a normal popular jargon that we know, and which is called what? Prompt. And this prompt is instructions that are replacing whatsoever process or method you're using to get your work done. Do you understand me? Let me take for example in code. You know that machine has its own language, just as we all have our own language. You understand? Now, if I speak Igbo language to somebody that's speaking Hausa language, they will not really get it, except an interpreter comes in. You understand? Now, it is well known that you don't understand machine language, but you know how to read and to write. You know the alphabets, how to manipulate them to get what you want. Now, in AI and prompt engineering, you use prompts in place of those your codes, those your lines of instructions and the rest of them. This is where prompt comes in. Prompt serves as a prompt. These are instructions. Even if you did not put your words in the proper language, the device or the tool you're using to impute your prompt will help you modify it to give the actual results that you desire. Now, what if you can build, you can write, you can code, you can edit using prompts? Is a question. What if it is possible that instead of, we know that you're a good coder, You will know that you're a good data engineer. You know that you're a good data analyst. You know that you're a good content writer or copywriter or content creator. So what if there is a list of getting everything done using prompts? And that is why we call it prompt engineering. It is an act of prompting. The act of prompting, there is a mechanism behind it. You don't just wake up one morning and then you say, let me just prompt, let me just give an instruction to let me say ChatGPT, for example. Now, the results that an amateur will get is different from the result a professional prompt engineer will get. Do you understand? I see some persons they complain, nah, ChatGPT is not just giving me what I want or what I need. It is what you give him, that's what you will receive. Garbage in, garbage out. What you give him, that's what you will receive. Now, a prompt engineer knows how to manipulate words to get his result. But somebody that just went to, let me just give the instruction, he will get, whatsoever thing that he thinks is receiving. Now, it's just like, let me say, a video editor. You are editing your TikTok videos or your selfie videos yourself, but you're not editing professionally for a film or for a conference or whatsoever, or for like let me say an hour video. You don't have that skill. You don't have what it takes. What you have to do is just to 30 seconds, editing and the rest of them. That's what you're good at. So you need the ability of a professional to tell you what to do to get your results done. That's the same way applies to prompt. So you don't just wake up one morning and say, I'm a prompt engineer. You follow the process, you train. You understand? Now, the next slide, I'm going to give you an example. I'm going to give you a live demonstration or something. Now, let us look at the example on the screen. Now, the simple example says, to build a basic website, you have to learn. You have educate. In other words, past tense. So, in time past, before prompt engineering came about, we now sit down as a group for you to code, for you to build a website. There are so many things you need to put in check, to put in place with your team. In fact, definitely, for you to build a full functioning website, time past, you don't do it alone. You understand? You don't do it alone. You need those in VIUX, you need those in Python, you need those writing Java, you need those in cybersecurity and the rest of them. Now, the example here says, to build a basic website, you have to learn what? HTML, CSS, JavaScript. All these are programming languages. Do you understand me? They are programming languages which are being taught in this program. And for those that are learning these programs, at least they will confess to you that to some point they become confused. Am I right? To some point, it's as if that what they are doing is not really working. Now, these are the challenges you see. Now, I'm not trying to look down on whatsoever thing you're studying. Don't get it twisted, please. I'm not looking down on what you are doing, what you're studying. I'm not said to. I'm only telling you that there is a whatsoever thing you're doing, faster. Hence, you understand what you're doing. Now, you will not tell me that I'm a JavaScript writer and I just learned it for like 2 weeks and I stopped. Then I use AI to complete the rest. My brother, you are still joking. Because you need to understand the concept of what? Of JavaScript. You need to understand the concept of CSS. You need to understand the concept of HTML. That is why I said earlier that if you're wise, if you're sharp, before using AI will make you more what sharper. It amplifies whatsoever thing that you've learned. Don't get it twisted. Now, this is the before. Now, let us look at the now. It said, type one clear instruction in bracket what? Prompt. AI creates the structure in minutes. If this can happen in web development, it can happen in your own skill. If it can happen in web development, it can happen in your own skill. Now, I will give you a little demonstration. I am not a web developer. I'm not a web developer. I don't understand fully the concept of HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and other programming languages. But what if I tell you that as an AI prompt engineer, I've been able to generate or build my own personal portfolio website by myself? And that is what I'll show you now. All right. Can you see the screen? Is it clear enough? Is it clear enough? So this is a website that was built with prompt. A website that was built with prompt is a portfolio website. Now, I want you to understand something, that the time is evolving. Times are evolving. There was a time whereby when you want to write your curriculum vitae, is it curriculum vitae or curriculum vitae? Your CV. Your what? There are times whereby when you want to write your CV, that you just write it in a normal white and black style. You just put your head in, Abel Marvelous, student of so and so, graduated so and so, and the rest of them, just like that. And then you take your passport photograph, you use your clip, and you clip it, and you submit it. You understand? Now, that evolved to a situation whereby you can write your smart resume, whereby you include your picture. You understand? You put some kind of designs and the rest of them. So now it is now evolving to a point whereby you now need to build your own portfolio. Do you understand? Your own portfolio. Those handling JavaScript and Python, they will understand it very well. So instead of you now, let me print this my CV and just create your portfolio, then you send the link to whoever needs your services, and then from there they will get whatsoever thing that you need. Now, this is a website. It's actually a simple website. To some persons they will be like, this is amazing, but it just is very simple something. Everything here was done with prompt. All buttons you're seeing there, the home page, the about, the services, the project, my contacts, get in touch, all is working. And to add more amazing touching to it, there's a chat box where you can ask anything about you down there. This interface that came up, it's where you can ask anything. All these are made possible with prompt. That's not afraid because of the network. It's not coming up. Everything okay. Let me make it this way so that you test it yourself. Go to Abel Marvelous 001.master.app. Type it on your devices. Check it out yourself, try it out yourself, and you see the wonders. Then, I shall spot you when the management provided network for you. So you go there, check it by yourself. Abel Marvelous, the Marvelous with double L, 001.master.app. You test it out yourself. Test that you see that the chatbot is working, all the buttons are working. when you get to the get in touch, you will see that it will take you to my social media account and everything. All this will come. You understand? Now, this is, I think, is this example enough? Or should I give you more examples? He said, it's enough, right? You need more examples. You need more conviction. All right, let me give you another conviction. There is something else I do, like my own personal brand. I also it's also a website. Stars of Light Academy, Stars of Light Academy.whatsapp.app. Check it out. No, I'm just telling you, it's like not that the whole thing is custom to our own device alone. I'm telling you that you yourself you can use it. All one word, Stars of Light Academy.whatsapp.app. You will see everything about that brand there. That is the second example I'm giving you. Is that one high enough? You need more. You need Jesus. Somebody said you need Jesus, and it's obvious. All right. All right. We'll continue. Now, I'm trying to. He's here already. He's here already. Everything that you see here, all done with the help of artificial intelligence, more especially prompt. Remember, if you do not get your prompt right, my brother, according to the words of David, you go cry. Do you understand? If you do not get your prompt right, your prompt is very important. That prompt is very important. That is why, even as you're learning, even as you're using AI in whatever thing that you're doing, it is important. In fact, it is expedient for you to approach a prompt engineer. In your midst, you have many prompt engineers. Prompt engineers in the house, can I see your hand? They are here, all over you. You can meet any of them. And I am trying to get this thing right, but it's not giving me the result I need. Please help me. And they will help me. Prompt engineers, put your hands together for yourselves. All right, let's continue. All right. Now, to the slide 3. Now imagine this in your course at Techrise. Let us imagine something now. Imagine in data engineering, AI helps clean data, write queries, and find patterns faster. What you just need is the perfect result in a short time. Do you understand? In a short time. Imagine that you are handling a job for a client. Your client does not care which means you use or what difficulty you underwent. He just needs his job done. Do you understand? If you're somebody that delivers a job and you are, before you deliver the job, you are telling them, I went to Bayelsa. From Bayelsa, I came back to Kogi. From Kogi, all these processes you pass through just to get this job. It's not necessary. It's not necessary. What your client needs is, now, did you do my work? Yes or no? Simple, chicken out. That's what your clients need. And I believe that most of us here are working class. You understand? Now, when you're doing something for your clients, he may come and tell you, now you are doing well on the chicken. That is the chicken means now be fast. Whether you're struggling to do it or not, just be fast with it. So in data engineering, AI helps to what? Clean data, write queries, and find patterns faster. All those things you will clean, you start again, you will refresh, you will bug, you will debug, and the rest of them. AI can help you in what? In data engineering, and it is what you're going to learn today. Now, in UI design, AI generates what? Layouts, color ideas, and user flow suggestions. It does it for you. within a short period of time. Web development with Python. AI writes functions, fixes errors, speed up back-end logic. All these things that you need time, you need a team, is what you can do with AI, and is what you're going to be learning in this program. Web development with JavaScript, AI build features, debug codes, explain complex scripts. Mobile app development, AI helps structure apps, generate scripts, and test features. 3D and game development, AI assists with models, environments, characters, and logic. Now the next slide says the only definition you need, the only definition you need. So what is AI? Coming to what AI is. AI is a system trained to think, assist, and create like human, but much faster at a larger scale. Much faster at what? A larger scale. You need something to deliver your product on time. With artificial intelligence, in what you do, you will get it done. Remember, it is a system trained to think. Who is training it? It is not that is training it though. It's not robot that is training it. It is you and I. That is why I tell you that there is no way that you are very intelligent. In fact, let me put it that way. You are once it concerns AI, just know that you are very intelligent. So you are the one that is what? That is training this to think, assist, and create like a human, much faster and at a larger scale. I'll be fast, I'll be done in the next few minutes before we welcome who you are waiting for. Then the next slide, the difference between slow and smart workers. The difference between slow and smart workers. Without AI, manual thinking, slower results, limited output, too much paperwork. There is nothing I hate more than paper. When I just come to my office, paperwork everywhere. In this time, in this 21st century, you're still dealing with paperwork. It's not proper. Without artificial intelligence, manual thinking, it is not wrong for you to have your personal diary. In fact, it is very important that you have your personal diary. You understand? But having it in such a way that if, let's say, for example, that all these documents get lost, how do you retrieve it? Now, with AI, faster execution, higher quality, more opportunities, and more what? Money. Very important. Very what? Important. Now, moving on to the next slide, that is the last slide. What happens next? In this session, you will not just hear about AI, you will see how to use AI tools for your specific work course. You will see how to use AI tools for your specific course. AI will not replace students. I am shouting it. AI will not replace what? Students. Students will use AI. Students who use AI will replace those who don't. Doesn't make sense? Just like when somebody say, I am a robot to take over our job. Now, if you don't learn how to make use of them now, the person that knows how to make use of it will take over your own job. That is why you have more advantage than those who are not here. You understand? You have more advantage than those who are not in this tech rise program. So that when you go out there in your place of work or whatever you do, with the help of AI, they will start looking at you like a god, like a demigod. They'll be like, how were you able to come up with all this? You understand? So, I'll be ending now. Like I said, get everything ready, avoid distractions. You will learn a lot. There will be no boring moment in this session. Yes, sir.
No, I will need to walk to myself because I need to do some part. Yes, I'll be using it to teach.
Okay.
So
After the music was not actually
So
wrong,
what you need
see
to
what
do
the
is
Lord has
plug
done.
in.
See what the Lord has done.
Once
See
it's done,
what the Lord has done. But that one will release the music. Our DJ, please. Thank you so much. All right, put your hands together for yourselves and with the rising ovation, happy ovation and standing. You know, please let's welcome Mr. Seth and put hands together. Good morning. I'm not working for a lot of people. It's supposed to be a workshop
You went
where
like that,
you
stop
are
it.
showing very practical ways
I
to
stopped it.
deal with AI across your
Just stopped it
different
now.
skill sets. Okay. So what I'm supposed to do ordinarily for every single one of you across this is supposed to be for both JavaScript, 2D and 3D animation. Are we all here? So you can see how we can get that one down. Down to our brothers in AI and prompt engineering. So we're supposed to get all of these things done in a couple of hours, but I'm going to have to rush because I was informed that our time has been cut by half. Well, we're going to pack the what we can in the next 1 or 2 hours. So what you need to do is maybe put aside your notes, get the laptop done. Okay, if you have any issues while I'm teaching, okay, just call my attention because I will need to use this screen. Okay? If for some reason you cannot see the screen, just come a little closer. Okay? Yes. If you cannot see the screen, if you cannot hear me, yes, there are seats in the front. Yeah, there are spaces around here. So if you cannot see the screen, advance a little bit more. Okay? I'm going to be very quickly rushing through my slides, then we'll jump in. Okay? Very good. This is supposed to be the subject. Well, first of all, have a one-on-one, but it doesn't work. So what we're going to do is this. I'm going to rush through this slide. First of all, this is very good. This is I think we have spent time talking about the different impacts of AI in different industries across the world. And if you have as much as been watching YouTube or maybe taking notes of anything that's going on around the world, even as people are watching the news, you would have seen how much impact AI is making. Okay? Around here in the third world countries, we may not exactly have in real time, but it's happening. And that is the difference between you and someone in Europe because of their accessibility to tools. Some of the tools you begin to use now, they've been using for the past 2 years. And the only way to equalize that playing field is by going straight to these two releases, getting to use them earlier on. There's this thing called first mover advantage. Okay, if you're able to get to know something and use it over a period of time before it becomes public knowledge, before everybody starts attempting it, you would have become an authority in that field. Okay? You would have become an authority in that field. Before every other person started trying to use YouTube to make, AI to make YouTube videos, make reels, make all those stuff. There are guys who've been doing that for the past 1 year. Okay? Some people have built amazing YouTube channels, Facebook channels, simply from AI generated images. They have never used their face, they've never spoken before, they've never even run a live, but they've got all of this is because they've understood the product that was going to go out and they started using it. And for our developers, I know today there's this contention with avoid AI. You need to, learn the grit. You need to put the work out there. But I promise you, that is not true. Anyone who's telling you today that you should avoid AI tools and make sure you write every bit of code, use Google and Stack Overflow like you were in 2004, you're missing out on a lot. Because today,
we're not going to define who's the best software engineer by the lines of code you've written. Is by problem solving, speed of delivery, accuracy, and these are things that human abilities limit us just by a bit. And if you do not take into cognizance the tools that are available to you, you would miss out. Now, for instance, if you're trying to build a website, you come to think of it, okay, I need to walk through the plan of this website, I need to think about how all of the layouts, I need to think about the logic, all the integrations that are necessary, I need to lay them down, then I need to start coding, right? I need to, frame the front end, I need to. After you're done with all of that, it will take a couple of weeks. For someone who's another developer, maybe not as good as yourself, has AI tools integrated in their IDE, and they will have a better website tomorrow than you will 2 weeks from now. So, band for band, you're a better developer than they are, but they will produce a better result than you. And in today's world, result speaks better. If I have a better result than you do, you will have a hard time convincing the world that you know the job better than me. Okay? So, I would come straight to the workshop. We're going to start with the developers. So I hope everyone here, at least, irrespective of what you're doing, will need to build a website sometime, right? Very good. Irrespective of what it is you're doing, even if you're doing animation, you may need a system where you showcase that animation, right? So we're going to try using a tool whereby all you have to do is prompt. And prompts are just commands you give to the in plain English, so you can do your video. Okay? So please, like I said before, if you get lost at any point, call my attention. Okay? If you're not seeing the screen properly, move up a bit. Alright? Got you. Don't worry. Here we go. Okay, don't worry. Yeah, I got it, but I don't have that much time. So I'm going to find. Okay, can everyone see this? This is Bind AI. If you want to go directly, the URL is getbind.co. Okay, so I'm going to click on Start Vibe Coding with Bind AI. So now this is an IDE, but it is web-based. So it's a web-based IDE. There is an independent development environment. Okay? For non-developers, it is where you write code in order to build whatever infrastructure that you're intended to build. Be it a website, a web app, whatever it is, you have to write the code somewhere, and that somewhere has the ability to understand that code and reflect it in a manner that you want. Okay, that is a developer environment. Okay, good. So this is a web-based IDE. Okay, there are other IDEs like the commonly used VS Code. Okay, there is one other one. Those AI inclined IDEs like Windsurf, like Cursor. There is one very new one now, Anti Gravity by Google. Okay, so these are IDEs that when you get in touch with them, what they do is they already have an embedded AI system, an embedded AI agent that helps you write this code as you give simple commands. Like I said before, slowly going, because I don't want to say gone, are the days of blocked up writing code, line by line. Okay. Now there are those of them that are embedded in extensions. But what they can do is to check for your errors. Okay? They will check for your errors. Now I'm talking to the developers. They will check for your errors. They would check your syntax. Okay, they will be able to detect what is wrong with your code at every point in time. They will be able to help you read those long, very long error messages that that you take time to read and tell you exactly what is wrong with it immediately. Okay, so this is I'm going to sign up on this. So if you're using Chrome, just sign in using your Google, so you don't have to go through the time of entering a password and a login and all of that. Okay, so here we are. So I am actually using the free account, so you don't have to worry about paying anything. Right now, everything we're going to be doing is on the free account, so you know that whatever it is I achieve here, you should be able to achieve on your end. All right. Okay, so now this is where I'm going to enter this. This is this is very good because I can very easily deploy my code after here to GitHub because I can see that sometimes the issues with these systems are one, while you're busy, trying one or two things, trying to get this thing done, there is no way to export the code. Are you getting me? So you're stuck with either copying and pasting the code or you're doing it. But for some IDEs, you're able to deploy this code straight to your GitHub. And for the developers, I'm sure you know what to do with it from there. So I'm going to start a new project, or as you can see, I can import a project from GitHub. So if I'm not trying to start the project from scratch, let's say it's a website I'm building or a project I'm building, and I get stuck, errors and all of that, I can easily bring it here and let this AI agent help me debug it. So I'm going to start from scratch and I'm going to give it a name and I'll say AI. So here we are. So now, the good thing about this is the moment it's working out here, you're seeing the code being written in real time. Okay. So now we're going to build something. Let's say someone should give me an idea of a simple website, a website that does something. Now, what portfolio is very planned. You can't use a portfolio. That delivers what? Food. Okay. Okay. I think that works. That works. Okay. Hold this for me. So I'm going to enter my prompt right here, so I'll be able to see what's going on now. So I'll tell it to build a web app like food vendors. It
you should have an other page, storefront, and an admin dashboard. The admin dashboard should have an authentication, email, and password. Now, because we are going to be handling everything on this end, we do not want to build a separate back end for this. Excuse me. A separate backend for this, or maybe import an independent backend system like Superbase, like Firebase, and all that. We're going to hard code all of the authentication right here, so it handles everything on spot. Which should be hard coded. Okay. So, okay. Here we are. So let's run this. Let's see. So now our agent is at work. Let's see what he's able to replicate. All right, this is something very interesting. Look at what it's telling us. It is beginning to define how exactly it is going to build this website. It's telling you, here is how I will approach this. One, define the app's core flows, ordering, storefront ordering, admin dashboard with hard-coded authentication, design Superbase schema, vendors. Now see, it has already given me something that I do not want. I do not want it to go to Superbase or need to handle anything from Superbase. So I'm going to do this. We said plan next.js, app router, structure, layout, components. Okay, this keeps coming up. So wire up Superbase, anonymous and back end service role client, and plan admin only operations. So I'm going to modify this code a little bit to tell it that I do not want Superbase. We should handle everything on this end. So it has already given us the entire layout of how this website should be, what it should integrate and what it should leave behind. Okay? But now we're going to have to make adjustments to it. He said, would you like to proceed with this plan so I can generate the full Nest.js plus Superbase code and set up instructions? So I'm going to tell it, no, I don't want Superbase integrated here. I prefer the web app to be fully handled using Nest. Yes. Hmm? Yes, it's still on. Yes, still on. So it has given us a response. Now it's telling us here is how I will adjust the plan. Replace Superbase with a simple in-memory slash file-based data layer, no external database, all handled via Next.js API routes. Keep the same pages and features, storefront plus admin pages with hard-coded login, but rewire all data flows to internal storage alone. So plan the file folder structure, basic data models, items, orders within. Yeah, so it has taken out the Superbase integration. So now I don't have to go and prepare Superbase, then come back and bring maybe get the Superbase API keys, get the service keys, the public and non keys to be able to integrate it here. I don't not need any of that anymore. I would have everything handled using Nest.js. So you can see it has taken away Superbase, and now we have in-memory systems. So as you can see, if you come here, you'll be able to check out how everything works end to end. And here we are. Good. So would you like to, yes, I would like to proceed at this point. I'll tell it yes. So as you all can see, I am not writing any code. I am not doing anything other than telling this system what I need in plain English. Okay? I am not using any complicated prompt templates. I'm not using any complicated prompting system per se. Everything I'm writing here are all in plain English. So, as you can see, we've all started. So you're watching this thing happen in real time. See this AI agent build out all of this. So all I'm going to do is sit back and relax and wait until this guy is done. So here you have a list of the files that it is working on. I'm going to get anything done. So as you can see, it is most of the designs. So we're waiting. But has anyone gotten to this point yet? Huh? I should drop the prompt. Abel, see if we can drop the prompt in the quick chat. But look at the prompt there. See this?
So if you continually doing those things, so just let them know. Please come up during my own time. Once he brings up that payment issue, just close it down.
I'm not using my machine in that group.
Looking at me, where are laptop?
It's still only available at me now currently.
But is that
It's not here, it's not even.
Okay, let me look at this. See. So this hasn't finished. Well, let me see if it has anything I would like to. Okay.
admin dashboard?
Okay. While I'm waiting for this to finish,
Someone asked a question concerning Superbase and why I'm deciding to skip Superbase. So this is Superbase. Let me get it. So Superbase is what is described as a backend as a service. Okay, for those who create websites and for the developers, there are distinctions between the front end part of it, which is the part where everyone sees. Now, if you log into any website, everything you're looking at is as a result of the front end. But there are some functionalities that are laid out with the back end. Now, think of a scenario whereby you've registered with a website. Okay? Once you've registered, what happens is there's a system that takes your name, your email address, that your password, then they go and store it somewhere. Okay? So tomorrow, if you attempt to log in again, what happens is it takes the credentials you just entered, then run it through the database and see if it finds an exact match. Okay? If it finds an exact match, then it lets you in through the route of that match. So think of the database like think of it like this complex. There are lots of rooms. Okay, so if you bring, let's say, imagine there was each of the rooms did not have keys. Instead, they had keypads. Okay, so if you come in and then the receptionist asks you what's your code, and then you say my name is the code, my room number is, and this is the code, and she checks through, and all of that information tallies. Then she gives you a key that gives you access to that room. Okay, that is not the only room in the hotel. That's not the only room in that complex. So that is something that happens with a database. So the only thing you're going to see in that room are the things that you kept there. Are you getting me? So that is why you are unable to log into someone else's account, irrespective of the billions of accounts on Facebook. You are only able to get into your own. Okay, so that is what happens with this. Now, ordinarily, you are supposed to build out all of that logic, okay, all of that authentication, all of that storage. Okay, you're supposed to be able to build in all of that in a backend system. Okay, but this is a software that takes care of all of that. Now, after you're done building your front end, all you just need to do is integrate Superbase, and all of that backend job is handled. Okay, so that is what Superbase does. From the but what Barry was just trying to do was just get lazy, do just the front end, then Superbase, so you can just pass the logic, integrate it, and the job is done. Okay, so that is what Superbase does. There is also